Beats by Trill, straight Killerville, dog.
What's good? What's good? We are back. Another live from Fayettenam Friday. I'm the one and only Paul Masson. It's Trillanoyx Trax, and I have Mr. J with me. How y'all doing tonight, fellas?
All right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We got a special guest as always tonight. This cat is a straight up poet, and his name definitely says it all. Spit nothing but bars, nothing but real hip hop. Let's bring on the one and only Edgar Allen Floe. What's good,
Peace,
man?
love,
How you
y'all.
doing, man?
I'm good, brothers. How y'all doing?
We appreciate you coming on here, man, and we doing good tonight, man.
No doubt.
So,
Glad to be here.
Let's start with the name. Like, how'd you come up with the name Edgar Allen Floe, or was it given to you?
Yeah, so the name Edgar Allen Floe was given to me by my partner in rhyme, Maul Demolish, way back in the days, back in our high school days. So I started rhyming back in '96. You know, we're gonna show our age, but back in high school in my senior year, I got with Maul Demolish, who was already doing tracks. You know, was already part of a group and everything, and he knew that I wrote lyrics basically, and he was like, "Yo, you want to come to the studio for a track?" Of course, I said yes. First time to the studio, dropped a verse. We did a song called Mad Mystic. And basically that was our first track. Kind of gave me a whiff of what the studio life was like, and I was hooked ever since. So shout out to the homie Maul Demolish, man. He's out in Fayetteville right now, actually. And has been doing some joint shows, collaborations out there. Actually dropped a video today too, as well. So, but that's my homeboy. He gave me the name.
That's what's up. I was listening to your music all day yesterday and today. There was one record that really stood out for me was the Molotov record. Like, who produced that, and what was like the inspiration behind that record?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Molotov is one of my newest joints. It's been several years since I've dropped something new. So this year in 2024, I told myself, you know, we got to get back on the scene, reintroduce ourselves to the game. And Molotov was that first single that I dropped in March of this year. It's produced by myself. I actually go by the producer named Slice Meister as well, which, you know, those that have kind of, you know, been around for a minute kind of have seen that name in my previous albums and kind of know of me on the producer tip. So, you know, I got my MPC 3000 t-shirt on right now. It's my #1 drum machine of all time right there. Shout out Roger Lynn, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I did the beat. And basically it was a track that I had. It was a beat I had for years, but I just said, you know, let's see what we can do with this one. And put it out in March. It's been an incredible response. I did not expect, you know, my streams and everything else looking like they are so far and still ticking up. And especially after pretty much a decade of not dropping anything. My last album was back in 2012 called Poetry in Motion. So, you know, to not have anything out and then suddenly have this type of response coming back on the scene, producing myself, mixing, mastering, recording, writing, marketing, it's all me, man. So yeah, I'm really proud of that record and definitely got more coming.
Yeah, you should be, because the beat goes really hard, man. It really does. And I got another question, but I'm gonna save it to later, and I'm gonna let Mr. J and Trillanoyx Trax kind of get their questions in right now.
What's going on, man? Kind of chopping it up a little bit earlier. I usually like to give people a chance to kind of talk about their background, talk about, you know, how they really got started. just kind of give us a little bit of information on that, and kind of go into maybe your little bit of your affiliation with, like, Justice League and things like that.
Yeah. So like I said, I started back in '96 with my crew, The Undefined. We were dropping independent projects and cassette tapes and everything. It was a first time for everything back then. Being 18, 19 years old, and come a few years later, I went to North Carolina State University for my undergrad, and that's when I met for the first time Cesar Comanche, who was, basically working at a store right on Hillsborough Street at NC State. And we just kind of chopped it up. And, coincidentally, we're both from the same spot. I'm originally from Jacksonville, North Carolina. Comanche is as well. So once we kind of knew that, we just instantly clicked. And, we had obviously the same taste in music. So, eventually I got to also meet Knife. I met Knife Wonder for the first time at NC State as well. And, that's kind of how the Justice League got together. Combination of cats from NC State and Central. And basically, again, it's back then, you're talking like 99-ish, that's when it was still kind of a hip hop focus, in the mainstream, but it was slowly, in my opinion, like 99 started to become that party era. And then when the 2000s hit, it became more party and just started swaying differently. But you still had, pretty dope stuff back in 99. So again, we still could look at Source magazines and still talk about the same records and just have that camaraderie like that. And basically, we just started doing tracks in the dorm room, and we kind of loosely affiliated ourselves, and had a couple of shows around NC State campus. And I think Comanche kind of shouted out, I'm introducing the Justice League, and most of us didn't even know we were in the crew until he kind of said that, and we're like, all right, cool. And we stuck with it, and ended up being what it is today. For folks that know Justice League, know Life Wonder, Crisis, Little Brother, Sean Boog, Legacy, Median. It's 15 of us, so I could easily forget everybody's name. But
there's 15 of y'all.
Yeah, Justice League is 15 deep. So
is Joe Scudder part of that?
So shout out to my brother Joe Scudder, man. I consider Joe Scudder the Capitana of the crew, where he's affiliated, he's still crew, but he's technically not part of the 15. But he's new in this just like everybody else is, and I love that dude. So yeah, man, it's 15 of us, 8 MCs, 5 producers, not including myself, a DJ, and a minister of opinion. Shout out Mike Burbs.
I'm about to say, who's the minister of opinion?
Yeah, Michael Bourbon. He'll tell it like it is. When we had records or we would hear records out in the streets, and we valued his opinion, so we needed that as part of the crew as well as we were drafting tracks. So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, we already know who the minister of opinion is in this crew. That's Paul. You're saying he got more opinions than anything, but like with me, I mean, my first question is, like after listening to all the music, I mean, matter of fact, we talked before, the show went on, and I was telling you how, like nowadays, I can listen to everything. Like, back then I only probably heard a few tracks, but now I can just go through your whole catalog. But the one that stuck out to me was the Formula 2005. That right there, I mean, I don't know if you remember it, but was it 2005? But the title was the Formula 2005. I mean, that one right there stuck out to me. And shout out to old boy DJ Forge that produced the beat. To me, I mean, if you remember the lyrics, it sounded kind of personal. So I mean, what was behind that whole song right there?
Man, that was probably one of the first tracks that I recorded for my first solo EP called Trillanoyx, which came out in 2005. And of course, me being an MC and a fan, I never really thought that I would name a track with a year in it because it's easy to get outdated. So yeah, I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. So I just did what I did, and shout out DJ Forge, hit me with the track, and I was like, yeah, this is crazy. So as far as the motivation for the track, man, it was just one of those things where around that time Justice League was really starting to bubble and blossom, and Little Brother was doing their thing, kind of starting more in like late 2002 to 2003, and the listening dropped. And the interesting thing about 2005, for me at least, is that Justice League, all MCs in Justice League had a project out in 2005. So to me, that was kind of our, Wu-Tang 95 with, Jizza, Raekwon, and ODB coming out in the same year. We all dropped something in the same year as well. So that was probably our apex or pinnacle as far as just notoriety as a crew. In addition to obviously Little Brother doing what they did. So, but yeah, that track is just special to me because back around that time, I actually went out to New York to be part of the music video for Loving It with Little Brother. And as I was heading to the spot for the video shoot, somebody hit me up and they were like, yo, you need to check the new Source magazine. You're in it. And I was like, yo, what? So
Wow.
I stopped somewhere, went to the, bodega or whatever, and grabbed a Source magazine. And I was looking in the, I can't remember what the name is, like the underground section, but it was Chairman Mao had shouted out the Trillanoyx EP in that episode. And that was the first magazine that I ever been in. And, my first release, first EP, and it was just crazy. It was just like, wow, I'm in the Source magazine. You know what I'm saying? And you know how special that is.
That's
for us, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, as far as the track, it was just one of those things where I recorded because I was destined to try to drop something on a solo tip and try to make an impact. And it was just great to have that track actually highlighted in that underground section. It's one of the highlight tracks. And shout out Chairman Mao for the recognition. But yeah, man, it's just one of those joints that, it's pretty dope. And I love the horns in that joint and just how it was mixed and how it sounded.
it's dope.
Engineer at heart as well. So just how it sounds was just great. And I just did the best I could with it, man. So definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, do y'all want to go? You want me to go with my second question or what?
Go ahead.
I mean, my second one though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm the producer of the crew, so you know what I'm saying? When you did that Arrest the President, Cypher God, okay, first of all, Tragedy Gaddafi, that's one of my favorite beats of all time. And that's from the 80s or at least like early 90s, at least early 90 or whatever. I mean,
yeah, it's around 90. It's around 90, 91, something like that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite beats of all times. And I mean, what made you choose that beat to do a freestyle over it or whatever you did over it? I mean, to me that right there was interesting because I love that beat and you wouldn't hear nobody choosing that beat right there. So, I mean, if you can dig into that, let us know.
Man, Arrest the President, man. That was off of my Streetwise LP, which was my debut solo album in 2008, and it's hard to explain, man, because around that time, probably a few years prior, about 2004, 2005, again when Justice League were kind of doing our thing, as a crew, we had taken a trip up to New York, and we had visited Pete Rock at his crib, and he was playing beats for us, and I saw the SP1200 drum machine that he made classics on, like from 4 to 5 feet away from me. And then right after that, we went to see Marley Marl at Future Flavors, and I'm a huge Queensbridge fan, so virtually every MC out of Queensbridge I'm a fan of. So Tragedy Gaddafi was obviously one of those dudes, intelligent hoodlum back in the days. Just crazy with the lyrics, introspective, still streetwise, and that just kind of blended with my aura as far as how I feel about being knowledgeable, but still understanding the streets at least. And that track is mad up tempo. It's that 90, 91 up tempo, you gotta dance type of vibe.
92, that 92 up tempo, yeah.
yeah. So it's like if you're gonna rhyme to that, you gotta come correct. So I was just motivated by that joint because it's got some political lines in there, but how he just orchestrated riding the beat like he did and still saying what he said. I was like, can I do something like that? Because again, I'm an artist, but I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of this, man. And I tell people all the time, if you're not a fan of the music, stop doing it. If it's not fun anymore, stop doing it. So that was just one of those joints that I just grew up listening to. It always been something that I always listened to over the years, and I just said maybe I can try this. So I just basically took the beat, kind of a portion of the intro and outro where it kind of breathes, and I looped it on a Cool Edit and basically just put it together, mixed it and did all that and did the lyrics to it. And people talk about it to this day, and I'm proud of that joint. And I hope Tragedy, if he's heard it, I hope he appreciated, just kind of paying homage to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
you
we definitely
definitely
gonna chop it up and tag him in the Instagram post. That's for sure.
yeah, you definitely. Yeah, I mean, you did the beat justice. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like you said earlier, you said you started like '96, like you didn't want to date yourself, but I mean, I did my first beat, my first rhyme in '86. You know what I'm saying? Paul, don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? These niggas be calling me Unc and shit, but but I mean, like to me, that really stuck out because beat selection, like me, matter of fact, me and Paul talk about this all the time. Like beat selection is the
Very
greatest
important.
skill. You know what I'm saying? To me, as an MC, I think beat selection is above rapping skill. And you know what I mean? Like that's the reason why I brought that question up, because that stuck out to me. And I played that song like 5 times over. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you really did the beat justice. I mean, you actually was on the same level of what he was talking about in that song. So, I mean, just shouts out to you for that right there. You know what I mean? I
I appreciate that. And that was the goal, like to basically not do anything new or different, but just keep the same feeling, same vibe, same energy that Tragedy brought on that joint.
You did it justice. So I mean, I'm pretty sure he has no problem with you using that beat and doing the rhyme you did over there.
Speaking of justice, I got a Justice League question.
All right.
How is it that y'all are able to come together and get on the same page? And it's something that we kind of wish for Fayettenam, and we can't seem to get that in this city. It's a lot of just hate and everybody trying to tear everybody down. Like, how are y'all able to come together and get everybody on the same page? That many people, 15 people, that's a lot.
I think about that a lot too, because, obviously nowadays, we haven't really clicked like we did when we started. And when you think about it, it's like life, family.
Yeah.
It happens, right? But, one thing about us coming together, it all started with the music, in my opinion. We started with 13 of the 15 originally, and had that going on for a couple of years. And around 2002-ish, we brought in Crisis, because Crisis used to always come to the radio stations that we went to. We used to go to WXDU at Duke University every weekend and just take over the station, play our joints, joke, laugh, whatever. And Crisis was always around. He was kind of a student, still kind of learning. He was crazy dope with the beats. And that's what pretty much got us to be like, all right, he needs to join the team. So he came on, and then DJ Flash, our DJ, came on after that. But I really think it was just the love of the music, having the ability to just talk about joints at a deeper level than just at the surface, and we understanding what we're saying. Good example is there was a couple of shows that I used to do in Chapel Hill, the local 506 club, and
shouts out to Kazi.
Yeah, what up, Kazi? And basically there was a joint that we were doing, and I think Ninth was DJing, and he was like, "Floe, come here." So I went to the DJ desk. He was like, he had a little CD player on the side. He was like, "Listen to this beat that I made." So I listened to the beat, vibing to it. I'm like, "Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy." He's like, "This is yours right here," and it ended up being a track called "The Torch," and that's probably one of my most popular, well-known songs that also came out on the Streetwise LP. But right after he did that beat, let me hear that beat, he was like, "Listen to this Pete Rock record." So then I was listening to a Pete Rock record, and it was Back on the Block with a CL Smooth, which they hadn't really done any joints in a few years. So when I heard that, I was like, "What is this?" And then like later on, I would say probably a few weeks later, what have you, he was doing live streams at the time and just playing original samples. And, we did a lot of that back in the days as well. Just being like, look, how did Primo make Can't Stop the Prophet with this half a second sample. You know what I mean? Like we analyze stuff like that and just be absolutely amazed to the point where we just respect our legends, we respect the music, we respect the culture and the art of this. And I think that's what really had us gel at an early age, as we were starting to get together. You know, certain folks kind of knew each other already and were already kind of clicked up. But when we kind of saw that we had, you know, commonality with music that we liked and listened to, and we were all dope, it was like, why not get together? You know what I mean? Why not do something? And as we started doing shows and getting recognition and started opening up for some bigger acts, and, you know, again, when LB got their deal and dropped the listening, just everybody started paying attention, and we took it seriously, and it happened so fast. So I'm glad that we were able to gel before it became this huge thing, because if we weren't as tight as we were, you know, it may not have lasted as long. You know what I mean? So just that love for the music and the art, man. We can go to a show and it be, you know, me, Ninth, Crisis, Comanche, Boog, and, you know, it's a show with Madlib headlining, and we sitting there in the crowd like everybody else in awe, because he's playing joints off the J Dilla and Madlib album before it even came out. And we listening to these joints like, what is this? You know what I mean? So just the fan in us, man. So that's what definitely got us together. And I will say that, you know, as you know, other artists in the scene were doing their thing as well. You're gonna always have those rifts or disagreements, or, you know, even hate in some ways. But you know who has good intentions and who's real, and who you know that you can have a bond with. So, you know, for me, I felt like I was always that common denominator where I got along with everybody and continue to, and people can kind of feel my aura and just understand how I get down. So, you know, I never try to get into any nonsense, because again, this is me, man. Like, you know, I grew up in Jacksonville, North Carolina, but also was for a few years, got family up in Atlantic City, New Jersey. So 5, 6, 7 years old, breakdancing, looking for cardboard, you know, to break dance to, pop lock and all that. You know what I mean? My first show and tell at like 4th grade was reciting LL Cool J for my classmates and all that, man. So it's just been a part of me since day one. So, you know, so everything else is kind of secondary. It's all about this hip hop thing.
You spoke on some of your catalog and stuff like that. You had the Chronicles of Edgar out on Floe, the Streetwise LP, Poetry in Motion, and Road to the Streetwise. What do you think is your best, you know, piece of work, or your best song, or something that resonates with you the strongest?
Man, I will say, as far as projects, probably my most favorite project is Poetry in Motion. Just because that was my last project in 2012. Shout out my homie Jay Wills out in Virginia. Basically got with him to do the entire album. He produced the entire album, and it was just, to me, it was another level of me just feeling very comfortable with my pen and just kind of, you know, delivering some of my best performances in the booth. And that was an interesting album because I was able to go to Virginia, and Jay Wills is tight with Knots. So I was able to meet Knots for the first time, and, you know, go to Knots studio, listening to beats. This is like 2008, 2009. And, you know, seeing Bilal, you know, recording vocals in the booth just at random. I'm just like, wow, you know what I mean? So it was just a really dope experience. I was able to get Royce to 5'9" on the joint. Shout out Royce, shout out Terminology. We did a crazy joint called Mighty Flow Young. And, you know, had LaToya Williams from out in the West Coast on the joint, which was great. So yeah, man, that's my favorite project, just based on, to me, just kind of stepping it up lyrically. And I had a 4-year gap between albums. So I had Streetwise LP in 2008, and then Poetry in Motion in 2012. And I just felt like I, you know, kind of had to step up. As far as tracks or individual tracks, you know, I always try to, you know, base my favorite on the fan response. And I would say The Righteous Way to Go is probably the one, just because, you know, me and Ninth did that in July of 2001. And this was before LB was a thing. This was just when Justice League was just doing their thing, and we were just recording tracks just to record. And Ninth sent me that beat. I was like, okay, there's something special about this. And I went back to my apartment. I wrote it from like, I wrote it one night, but it was like 3, 4 in the morning before I finished. I think I started at like 10:30 or whatever, and in the evening, and finished at like 4 a.m. And next morning, I called Knife and I told him, I said, I think we got something with this one. So we recorded it, and it just took off. And I think a lot of people recognize that joint when they think of Justice League joints. So that's definitely number one for me.
Word. Well, I guess, you know what I'm saying, we got to wrap this up, and but you know what I mean, like I said though, you know what I mean, like I mean,
Any
I've
shout
heard
outs?
more, I mean, I've heard more music, you know what I'm saying, lately than I've heard, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, in the so-called heyday. And you know what I mean, I appreciate it more. I'm pretty sure anybody, you know what I'm saying, in our era appreciates everything more. You know what I'm saying, now that we have more access to, you know what I'm saying, we have more access to everything that everybody's done and stuff like that. But you know, shout out to North Carolina. You know, you're a North Carolina representative, and we love you. So after that, like what you said, Paul, you got any shout outs or anything like that?
Like any shout outs you want to do before you go, man?
Hey man, shout out to y'all, man. You know, I've been watching y'all episodes, man. I don't know what y'all doing with the yay or nay or whatever, but
oh yeah.
That is hilarious, show. Y'all be wilding. I don't know what
I told you, Trill. I told you.
Y'all had a country joint out there that y'all was yaying and nay, and I was like, what
man, we light work. I mean, man, we are light work compared to these, man. Come on, Paul.
Yeah, man, this cat's out here roasting some of these songs as soon as they come out.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to y'all for doing what y'all do, man. Y'all got a great and you know, and we talked about this before the show, but just kind of document the history of North Carolina and North Carolina hip hop in general.
Yes,
that's a big deal because it's very easy for history to fade away, and
very
North Carolina
easy.
as a whole is super rich in history. You know, I think that's what motivated me as well. You know, as a young one coming up, you know, to just know that, you know, Lords of the Underground recorded at, you know, Shaw University, you know, their videos,
man.
And Big Daddy Kane is in the mall where I just, you know, just happened to just walk by him, and it's Big Daddy Kane, you know what I mean? So it's just like we got so much history here. So it's great.
And we got Sadat living in Raleigh now too.
Hey, look, I was there when Special Ed got his ass whipped. Hey, I was there.
Yo, man, don't be bringing that up, man. We trying to interview him.
Hey, he still got his ass whipped though. Come on, man. Shit, he got his ass whipped.
Hey, the funny part about Trillanoyx is, you know, maybe I shouldn't even say this, but you know he talks about it on his social media. So he works at a hospital or whatever. And,
yeah.
The hospital that he works at is a spot that I used to be at. So, you know, at random, I would just kind of look up names or whatever, and I'd be like, Derek Murphy. And I look up Derek Murphy, I'm like, that's Trillanoyx. He working here, you know what I mean? So just to know he's here and just like a legend, Brand Nubian. And I listened to so much Brand Nubian back in the days, it's ridiculous, man. So you know, that's just what's so interesting. You know, Smooth the Hustler got connections here. You know, Infamous Mob, all kinds of cats. So,
I got connections with that too. I mean, hey, Paul,
we had
Eugene,
we had Eugene for the cellar dwellers. His pops is from Fayettenam.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just amazing that connection of New York, you know, area in North Carolina is deep here.
We're the cousins, basically. We're cousins in New York.
It's always been. Yeah. It's always been there though. Yeah. And I know Paul get mad though. You know, say one more question though. You say you producing. What you using?
What am I using, yo?
Yeah, your weapon of choice. What
I got the shirt for a reason. So, you know, I definitely got C3. I got the shirt for a reason, man. So, you know, this is my number one machine right here. NPC.
I had that, man. I had that in 99, man. I wish I had it now, but yeah, I had that one in 99.
Yeah, but if I could do this real quick, just show you the studio. So I'm in my studio right now. I got an SP1200, the new one, and MPC 3000.
You got the Rossum. I see you got the Rossum SP12.
Yeah, MPC 60. Just got that a few months ago. So, you know, I'm deep on these beats, man. And like I said, I'm inspired by Pete Rock, Large Professor, all of our legends, man. So yeah, man.
I'm-
My favorite 16-bit machine is a 3000. My favorite 12-bit machine.
I miss it. I miss it. I wish I never got rid of it. Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah. I will. Yeah.
Well,
We
keep
gonna trade
dropping them
information. Though.
Molotov records, man, for us, and send us one over for the music reviews. You know you're gonna get a yay. You're gonna get a yay. You know you're gonna get a yay.
How y'all
Oh,
get down? I don't know what I'm gonna get. You know what I mean?
No, nays,
man,
that's
we
for sure.
man, we the nicest niggas on the internet. I mean, I don't know where they getting this from. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Paul called me at work this morning, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you calling me at 9 o'clock, dog, to tell me that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because you
I'm
tried to
doing-
say we wasn't brutal, but I was clipping up
Man.
the reviews. I was like, man, a couple of them was brutal, man. You was laughing.
Man,
at
no.
people's music.
He said, you know what I'm saying? Just
And
me.
you
He was
said,
like, man,
you said I
brutal.
gave him a okay because I must be working for the man and stuff. Like, damn,
Yeah.
they definitely.
Man, hey, look,
You went in on their music.
I don't watch no episode back, so I don't know what the fuck I said. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
I gotta
You know
clip
what I
them
mean?
all up so I see it all. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
Well,
shit.
I'm gonna plug a joint for y'all. So you know, like I said, I got Molotov that's out. But drop a joint with Cesar Comanche called Creme Zeke. That came out in April, and I got another single coming out on June 12th called Floe Almightier.
Yeah.
And all these joints are produced by Slice Meister. So be on the lookout for that. I'll send y'all that joint.
Shout out
Okay.
to Cesar, man. I did a write up on him a couple years back.
Yeah, shout out Cesar. So I got some more joints coming. I got a new EP called Balco Theme that's looking to push that out in July-ish. And these singles will be on that EP. So I'm just trying to get people used to the sound and just kind of how I get down the production tip.
Yeah.
And the biggest, again, it's called Balco Theme because my record label is called Balance Coalition Music Group, BAL Balance Coalition Balco. And the whole theme of it is balance. So there's no samples on the album, all produced original, you know what I mean? No samples. It's clean lyrics for all ages. So I'm just trying to do something to help balance the game out. I'm not saying this is going to balance the entire game out, but just trying to put something out there to show people that it's possible to still do dope hip hop and do it differently than what you see every day on TV videos, you know, what have you. So that's coming hopefully in July, and I'll have a full-length album coming this fall.
That's what's up. When I get off here, I'll be sure to send over all our contacts so we like to keep in touch with everybody. Becomes a friend of the show.
Yeah.
And if you want to come back on, you know, just let us know, and you know, we'll figure out a date.
Anytime.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Definitely, man. Appreciate y'all, man. For real.
Appreciate it, man.
Word.
All right, man.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Well, Edgar
That
Allen
dude dope.
Floe.
Oh, another one in the books.
Go check
man,
him out. He got
I mean-
nothing but dope music.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, like with these interviews, like if you go off the music, you are not getting the person that you get what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you just
Full
listen to the
personality.
music, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like doing these interviews, man, you get a whole different personality.
Well,
of
the
person that-
Molotov record, that record go hard. That beat go hard. Like,
I'm just saying, like, besides that, like, it changes everything. So when you go
Yeah.
back and listen to the music, you know what I'm saying, after talking with them and seeing their personality and they, you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, it's crazy though. I mean, I like this shit.
and he dropped a lot of names in there, man. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of names. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram at EA Floe. That's Edgar Allen Floe. One of the coolest names I ever heard. And we about to get into a quick commercial break, and we're gonna be right back.
All right, bike.
Tropical drink.
Me and my team, whenever we link up, they're gonna be drink up. We sit down, relax, and have few glasses when there's things to think about. Like I'm nice with the boss when I tend to the bars, and I'm not talking drink ups. So tell the bartender that's tending the bar to please pass me a big cup up. And tell that waitress is waiting on us to put a little ice in it. Now watch the ice become weightless like the spaceships that I be sitting in. No wait and listen, no they're waiting for that tropical twist that'll tickle your taste buds. Now taste some. Yo, I insist it's the drizzle.
Thank you.
You're back.
Thank you.
And don't forget, you get your Dizzle If you don't dizzle, you need to. Dizzle's a premium luxury liqueur mixed with agave tequila, cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Throw your dizzle on ice, and it's nice. Go to dizzlebrand.com. We got the cans out now too, 4 different flavors. You know how we do, man. We got a couple topics we're gonna get into. Shouts out to Edgar Allen Floe for coming on from the Justice League. Go check him out. He got a lot of dope records. Ninth Wonder production, Crisis production, and like he said, his newest record he produced himself. I was asking because I was like, yo, who makes those beats? I need to get one. That's why I was trying to ask. I'm trying to get the the plug. So now I know. Yeah. Who wants to start this topic we about to get into?
The Method Man.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the Method Man. What do you think about Method Man saying he would not perform at Summer Jam again due to age gap?
Start with you, Jay.
All right.
Let's start with you, Mr. J Mista.
One time for the one time. I think the problem is the booking. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily the age gap itself. I think if they had a wider spread of different artists on the bill, it wouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? You'd have more people kind of gravitating towards them because they were killing the show. They were killing their performances. I can probably guarantee the other cats weren't performing as hard as them or displaying that much energy. So you got these tweens kind of sitting on their hands and with their arms crossed and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? And the reality is we do have a generation that's a little bit disconnected from the history. So you don't have that regular rotation of older artists who are in their playlist or maybe in their face on a regular basis. That probably could be helped out with certain collaboration between different artists. But you don't want to see a good artist or a real MC on a track like Ice Spice or nothing like that. That's foolishness. So you know what I mean. But you do want a better representation of an age span of different artists. So I can kind of understand what he's saying, but I don't want to step away from it entirely.
Let me ask you this before we get into Trill, what he got to say about this. Why is there a disconnect?
It's a disconnect because of the things we constantly keep talking about. There's a commercial level, and then there's an artist level. There's an independent level.
So none of it has nothing to do with shitting on like new artists like Soulja Boy when they came out and stuff like that.
I don't know if you could call it just trashing artists. You know what I'm saying? It's there are levels to this, and there are standards that were set by the people who came before some of these newer artists. You know what I mean? There's certain newer artists that people connect to, like people have a lot of respect for a Scarlett or a Coast Contra. You know what I'm saying? Those are younger artists that people respect their artistry and their lyricism, but they are not getting the type of spins or the type of recognition that a Ice Spice, Sexy Red, JT, or somebody else, from that that new, I guess, stripper / stripper rapper era is getting right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult to cross that, like I said, because you don't have those artists getting played on regular radio, commercial radio like that. So, XM radios got artists like that are rocking, and everybody got that in their internet radio playlist or whatever, but it's not on your local radio station, the corporate owned radio stations. So you're not seeing the growth or the connection between the different artists.
What do you think, Trill?
I mean, at first, I had one opinion. I think I was swinging more your way, but now I understand what he's saying though. Like, And as far as Mr. J said though, you know what I mean, they didn't have the right enough balance. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you should have eased, you know what I'm saying, some of the old with the new. Like, you know what I mean? But you know, I mean, I understand what he's saying though. It's like you gotta understand, like, you know what I'm saying, like hip hop is 50 years old. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, like some of the greats are 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, like, you know, I mean, I understand what you were saying, Paul. Like, you know, I mean, okay, yeah, Sexy Red is the okay. She was the main artist, right?
So you should know better than taking that show when she's the
No,
headliner.
no, I understand that part. What you're saying,
You should
but at the
already
same,
know what kind of
at this-
crowd you're gonna get, man. Like
at this-
unless you've
at
been
the- at
living
the
under a
same-
rock, unless you've
I
been
mean,
living under a rock. I mean, what are we
at the
talking about
same
here?
time, it's Summer Jam. Like, you know, like
I get it.
okay,
He went for
I
the
mean,
money.
but-
He went for the money.
he don't need the money though.
I get that, but he went for it.
It ain't
apparently.
like Method Man need no Summer Jam money. You know what I'm saying? Especially as an opening act, like Method Man though, he don't need that money. You know what I mean? He doing power. I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
he's still touring
look,
and stuff like that. But my thing is this though, like, okay, I will agree with that. I don't think you should have expected a better response, being that Sexy Red is the opener. So you know what I'm saying? You already got all these pussy popping ass bitches out there and all that type of shit like that. You know what I mean? So I get that part of it, but at the same time though, Hot 90s.
you can't expect
Man.
too much balance on a Sexy Red show. What are we doing? We're gonna have KRS One perform too? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Okay, I mean, but
It's
first of
Hot
all,
97.
no,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
it's
They
Hot
got a
97.
history.
Yeah, it ain't a
It
Sexy
doesn't
Red show.
matter,
It's a Hot
man.
97 show.
Like New
It
York,
does matter.
the New York.
It does
sound,
matter.
This is, you know
To-
what? This is the problem. This is where you said
To
something
me,
earlier that stuck
Sexy
out to
Red-
me. You said they need to blend the old with the new. They had an
I mean-
opportunity to do that during the hip hop 50th, and they didn't. All they did was just promote the cats from times before. They had a time to kind of bring in new artists with the old. They basically, with the hip hop 50, you didn't see no new artists hardly on the hip hop 50s, man. It was just
For
all
that-
older artists, man. From
I
90s
understand that,
and
but
80s.
you know what I'm saying, but this is Summer Jam, Hot 97. Like they should have done a job of
man. And you been in New York lately, man? New York ain't that hip hop sound has been out of New York for a while now.
I'm just saying, but I mean, that's not the point though. I mean, the thing is, like, it's still Hot 97 though. Like, Hot 97 should have did a better job. You know what I mean? Summer Jam has a long history, way
They trying
before
to sell
Sexy
tickets,
Red.
man. They trying to sell tickets, dude.
I mean, but they still didn't do a good job though, because you know what I mean. Like,
I mean, they
who
still
knew?
could have sold tickets if they balanced the show out. And it's Hot 97. There's got to be some standards for the culture.
Exactly.
Standards for the culture, or there won't be a culture.
It's been lower, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
lower.
Hot 97 and WBLS 105. I mean,
There's no standards in mainstream hip hop, and I don't even call mainstream hip hop too much no more. To me, it's just rap culture. Mainstream rap that's what it is. Because anything hip hop is just really underground. It's really underground
True.
like major independent. You know what I'm saying?
If anything, you know what I'm saying?
no
I mean,
hip-hop
we
truly in that.
might need to come at Ebro. You know what I mean? Ebro runs Summer Jam now, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody need to go at Ebro about that shit.
Yeah, you
know
would
what I mean?
think
Like, come
Ebro
on.
wouldn't have Sexy Red as the headliner, being Ebro
No.
is a cat that always be talking about.
No. First of all, there's nothing wrong with having Sexy Red as a headliner because Sexy Red is popping. She the shit right now.
No, see, I think this is what y'all missing, man. This is what y'all missing. Like, when you're booking shows, when you're booking shows and tours, right? And you're booking openers for these headliners, you have to have artists that fit.
And that goes back to Ebro.
And that's why it's like if you're gonna go with Sexy Red, you're gonna have to have artists that really fit more with Sexy Red, man, for it to work. It's like
Summer Jam.
you don't have this is how I look at it. You don't have a artist that should be opened up for like Raekwon, open it up for like Sexy Red. And you don't have an artist that should be opened up for Sexy Red, open up for somebody like Raekwon. You know, like
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, we put people on tours and as openers, and it's no different as Method Man. Yeah, they got booked as the opener, but you still got to make the opener fit with the headliner somewhat.
Okay. Now going back to what you just said. Okay, Mr. J, Ebro controls Summer Jam, right?
He controls the station. Yeah.
Summer Jam. I mean, the original. I mean, the Summer Jam is a 97. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a radio station, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody knows Ebro controls everything on that shit right there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? This right here is not a tour. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, every city has a Summer Jam, but you know, I mean, every city has a Summer Jam.
Yeah, but have you seen our Summer Jams when we did them in Fayetteville? All the artists were kind of alike. They fit.
Okay, I mean, but the Summer Jam in Fayetteville is not the original Summer Jam. It ain't sponsored.
Nobody said it was. Nobody said it was. All I'm saying is when we
what I'm
did
saying
Summer
is-
Jam, they would have. Like,
I'm
if
saying,
you're headlining with like a certain artist, all the other artists pretty much fit with their demographics for the most part.
Okay, the real Summer Jam is sponsored by who? 97.5, right?
Yeah, 97.
All right. Fayetteville Summer Jam ain't got shit to do with 97.5. You know what I mean?
Okay, but what you keep talking about 97.5, like they still are, like they play nothing but hip hop.
I mean, no, all I'm saying is the Summer Jam that was in New York. Okay, I'm pretty sure that. Okay, like we said, the Summer Jam in New York is curated by Ebro. You know what I mean? He is the program director of 97.5. He curates the Summer Jam too. So, you know, being that he asked Redman and Method Man to come to that show, okay, you know, out of respect, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they knew what the lineup was going to be regardless, but, you know, out of respect, they did the
Both
shit.
of them should have known better. Ebro and Redman, all three of them should have known better. Redman and Ebro.
Okay, so what you say? So what you
say?
say?
That this ain't the show for you.
The problem is that Hot 97
what you said
still tries to hold himself to that standard. They try to hold
what?
themselves as a real hip hop,
and they're not doing a good job.
Well, you can't do that. You can't say we're the standard of hip hop when we got the headliner Sexy Red, though. You can't do that.
So what you saying is
book Eminem as the headliner or something, or Jay-Z or J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar or something. And if
I mean, none of those people finna do Summer Jam no more. So what you saying is that
not for that money.
I mean, yeah. I mean, then on top of that, Red and Meth. I mean, come on. I mean,
Summer Jam, hey, you know, and the headliner was Sexy Red. I wouldn't have had Red and Meth. I went to them to be the opener anyways. I wouldn't have went to them.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, don't come down on Red and Meth like they needed the fucking money.
I'm not coming down on Red and Meth.
They should have known better.
They should have known better. How many New York artists did they even have on the bill? Because I mean, it's a New York station. You got to have New York artists. Sexy Red is from St. Louis.
And then on top of that,
you gotta have New York artists. Who says you gotta have New York artists?
Hey, look, man. And then on top of that, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got Red and Meth. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
rules right now, man.
Maybe they did it on the strength. Maybe they did that shit on the strength. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Rules right now, man. Like,
no,
y'all making rules that don't really apply and standards that really don't apply at all no more, man.
So tell us what the rules and what are the rules and standards?
Standards and rules, man. Do you see what's going on in the industry, man? It's cutthroat, man. It's cutthroat. There's no rules, man.
Okay, well, we're talking about Summer Jam, not the industry.
It's part of the industry, dude.
So what are the rules and the standards that apply to Summer Jam? I don't know,
but it seems like
I mean, because you know what I'm saying, like,
y'all blaming Ebro, but I
ain't blaming nobody. I ain't blaming nobody.
I gotta give them a little bit of fault.
But what I'm saying is, okay, so Summer Jam in Fayetteville, I bet you Sexy Red won't be there. So then what you know what I'm saying? Then you know what I'm saying? Well, what's the excuse then? Sexy Red ain't doing the fucking Summer Jam in Fayetteville. You know what I'm saying? Sexy Red ain't gonna do the Summer Jam in fucking goddamn Sumter, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Every city has a Summer Jam. What I'm saying is Summer Jam as a main shit is New York City Summer Jam, 97.5, Ebro, program director, and the coordinator of all things Summer Jam. So, you know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is... I'm just saying,
y'all clinging on to the past right now, man.
No, I mean... What I'm saying... No. I mean, all I'm saying is...
I'm telling y'all, there ain't no rules no more, and there ain't no standards.
So why we arguing?
Are you listening to this shit? Are you listening to this shit?
Ain't
There
no rules
is
and no
no
standards.
standards out there. What did old boy say about our
That's the
show,
problem.
man?
That's the problem.
Why we out here wilding on music reviews? Because the music.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? If we gonna go off rules and standards, then you know what I'm saying? Hey, Red and Meth got more money than all the motherfuckers that perform ahead of
The
them.
rules
I mean, after them.
only apply when you sign to the major labels. The rules only apply when you sign to the major labels, man. If you're not signed to major labels, there is no rules, and you set your own standards. But mainstream
Well, as an
rap
individual, yeah,
culture
but I'm
has
talking about
no rules, really no rules or standards at all, because it's just a free fall.
and that's the problem. That is the problem. As a culture,
All right, let's
there has
get to
to
the
have
next
rules, there
topic,
has to be
though.
standards.
Because
Or there
this
is no
next topic,
culture, there is no money to get.
I have us on here for a long time too. What do you think about the rankings of Apple Music's top 100 albums? And let's kind of just stay with the top 10.
I think they need to move them around a little bit. I respect Lauryn Hill, but she can't be above
A lot of bit.
Stevie Wonder. I mean, Stevie Wonder, in and of itself. I mean, just Intervisions, songs in the key of life. Like, come on, man. Just two of his things are just too iconic to not be, one or two. Like, it's just crazy. I don't want to
Wait, so it's just Stevie Wonder? Just Stevie Wonder? Because I can name 3 more motherfucking albums that she shouldn't be over.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about the Beatles.
It shouldn't be in the top 10, period.
I'd argue about the Beatles.
I don't care.
You
Say they had the
saying
Rolling Stones.
Lauryn Hill shouldn't be in the top 10 at all?
At all. Period. Come on, man. All time. I mean, man, really? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. No.
The fact they got that shit right over Thriller, like Michael Jackson's like he's fucking
Michael Jackson.
Man, fuck
he's
that.
moonwalking in his grave right now, man. Like for
man,
that shit.
Fuck
and
that.
then you got it over Prince. You got over Prince, Purple Rain, man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Lauryn Hill shouldn't be in the. She shouldn't be in the top 20.
And
the top 20.
The biggest problem I have. This is the biggest problem I have.
Fuck that.
Nirvana at number 9. Get the fuck out of here, man. They're top 3 all time. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Nirvana is top 3 all time.
Yeah, hey.
Top 3 all time.
Man, I usually don't agree with the Caucasian persuasion, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, to me, you know what I'm saying, Nirvana's Nevermind, dog, is top 3 to me too, yeah. Lauryn Hill ain't
top 10 maybe. Top 10 maybe, not top.
Nah, man, top 3.
Nah, man, you tripping, man. You tripping.
Ain't do it.
I mean, for real.
Not with Michael Jackson, not with Prince.
Yeah, it is.
Hold up. Top 5. Yep, I take that back. Top 5. You know what I mean? Because I got Michael Jackson. 3. I got Michael Jackson number 1. And the funny thing is,
number 1. Yeah.
Look, I don't even have Prince in my top 10. So yeah, shoot me, but yeah, I do not have Prince in my top 10. I mean, complete albums.
What up, Black Water?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Prince has a lot of singles, but you know what I'm saying, man. Michael Jackson has. Man. Matter of fact, Michael Jackson might be. Michael Jackson is too deep in the top 10 albums of all time to me. He 2 albums deep. He 2 spots deep.
Off the Wall, Thriller.
He 2 spots deep, man. Off the Wall and Thriller. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Period.
And we're gonna actually put
and they didn't put one in there. They could have put in there Bob Marley Exodus. They could have put that in there. That should have been the top one.
Are we actually gonna put Kendrick Lamar in the top 10 too, man?
Nowhere. I
love Kendrick Lamar, but top 10, man. I mean,
no.
We're putting that over Illmatic. We're putting that over Illmatic.
You know what I'm saying? It's funny that shit came out. You know what I'm saying? After the beef with him and Drake, that list came out. Man, fuck that shit, man. Kendrick ain't getting. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I can't even think of 30 records right now, but he is not in those 30. I mean, seriously.
We putting it over 18th letter.
Man, Kendrick Lamar ain't over nobody.
Different. I don't know if I put 18th letter.
Look, you know what I'm saying? Look, Kendrick Lamar, he is not over anybody in my top 30, and I can't think of 30 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Man, fuck that. I mean, come on,
There's
Kendrick
a
Lamar.
lot of recency bias in
Shit.
Like, I don't.
I mean, you definitely got to keep Stevie Wonder. They got Frank Ocean at number 5. I forgot about that one.
Nope.
Yeah, you got Frank Ocean in between
No.
Stevie Wonder and Prince.
No.
I don't think he could be on the list. Frank Ocean.
Man.
You got Frank Ocean right behind Prince.
But they have Bob Marley. Bob Marley should be top 10.
Man, the top 10, man. Put it like this,
I
man.
could put Bob in there. I would take Frank Ocean out.
Man, nobody should be in the top 10, man, before 1990.
Kendrick. And I don't know about Amy. There's no way I ain't even listen to Amy Winehouse album, and there's no way I could put it over fucking Nirvana.
Man, the best music ever made, man, was made.
No way I could put it over Nirvana.
You know what I'm saying? I remember hearing it saying the best music that was ever made was made before 1985, and I can really agree with that shit right there, man. Anything in the top 10 is not above at least 89. Period. I'm standing with that right there. I'm standing with that shit right there, dog. The greatest music ever made, dog. The top 10 albums, top 10 songs, top 10 singles.
80 what? You said 85 and before. Man, you said 85 and before, right?
I'm gonna go with 89 and under.
Yeah, 89 before. I could roll.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with that. Anything after 89 is not in the top 10, period. I don't give a fuck. Album, single, song, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anything before 89, anything after 89 is not in the top 10.
So period. You wouldn't put no hip hop albums in the top 10, basically.
Nothing in the top 10 before 89, dog.
What, and no hip hop album?
No hip hop either, man. In the top 10?
That's what I was thinking.
Man, no hip hop, period, in the top 10. I mean, if you gonna do a real serious top 10, like greatest shits, like, I mean, man, no hip hop.
Right, man.
Man, no hip hop. I mean, there's nothing hip hop in the top 10 of all time. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Hey, fight me, shoot me. I'm gonna shoot back.
Because Lauryn Hill and Kendrick can't have the top 2 hip hop albums of all the time.
Man, hell no. You know what I'm saying, man? This bitch can't.
There's no way I would put either one of those albums over Infamous.
Man, this bitch can't show to her own show. You know what I'm saying? You want to be great. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You late to your own show or don't show up, man. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Top 10, my ass. I mean, it's a great album, but man, fuck that.
Top 10 or top 20. But,
I mean, I mean, of all time, there is no hip hop album in the top 10. Period. I mean, if you love music and you know music, if you put a hip hop album in the top 10 greatest albums of all times, man, I mean, something wrong with you, man.
Well, that's it, people.
I don't know. That might be arguable if you talk about maybe like influential.
Okay, I mean, I put it like this.
Maybe Run DMC or somebody like that.
Nah, honorable mention. No, fuck, hell no, man.
Hell no,
man, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit, man.
Top 10 all time albums.
Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Influential. You wouldn't have 90% of the stuff you have.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about influential with you. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about greatest albums. I mean, fuck influential. You know what I'm saying? Like influential. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? To me,
from beginning to end.
You know what I'm saying? I hate when people bring that shit. You know what I'm saying? Influential is like a goddamn a denomination in church. You know what I'm saying? That's like, oh, I'm Catholic. You know what I'm saying? That's Catholic, Baptist. You know what I'm saying? Fuck influential. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, everybody's influential when goddamn hip hop, but
there's a lot of albums more influential than Mobb Deep Infamous, and I'm not putting none of them over Mobb Deep Infamous.
Great album. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, okay, matter of fact, we should be like this. Okay. To me, there is no rap, no hip hop album that should be in the top 10 of greatest albums of all time, period. But you know what I'm saying? So now we need to change it to, if we had to pick one, you know what I'm saying, like one honorable mention, you know what I'm saying, number 11, you know what I'm saying, number 11, who would that be? And that, you know what I'm saying, to me,
who you got now?
Shit. Damn, that's hard. I shouldn't even say that shit.
I definitely had to put Raising Hell, something like that.
Oh, hell no, man. Raisin, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm still
That's the name
going
of
with
that.
Mobb Deep Infamous. I'm still going with Mobb Deep Infamous.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Either that or Midnight Marauders, man.
But if I had to go off of influence, influence and dope,
I'm going with Midnight
I go
Marauders.
with probably
dog.
50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders, dog. No. 50, then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, dog. I mean, like,
Get Rich or Die Trying is a really good album, man.
I mean, yeah, it's all right.
It's an end.
It is not better than Midnight Marauders.
All right.
I mean, it's sold more. I mean, it's sold more than anybody, but you know what I'm saying? It's not better than Midnight Marauders.
We talking about influence and impact, like 50.
Midnight Marauders, dog.
But it's crazy that they don't got a Tribe album in there because Tribe has like three,
man,
top 100 hip hop albums or something. Like they got all like more top 100 hip hop albums than anybody.
Man, Tribe has more game changing albums than anybody though.
You would think that they would have Tribe.
Tribe has more game changing hip hop albums than anybody. Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Midnight Marauders. I mean,
and it's all crazy.
It's all subjective and it's all opinion based.
Are we putting Lauryn Hill's album over the Fugees album?
Man, Lauryn and Fugees ain't in the goddamn top 20 best albums of all time. Come on, man. Let's keep it serious.
I'm just saying, like, is it even better than the Fugees' second album?
I don't know. That might be a little bit arguable.
Man,
that's a debate. That second album was really dope.
Man, matter of fact, man, I'm about to double down. You know what I'm saying, man? No hip hop album.
You got to get into specifics as far as.
I'm gonna double down and say that no hip hop album should be in the top 20.
Grammy.
No hip hop, man. No hip hop album should be in the top 20 best albums of all time.
Well, you heard it from our resident death metal expert.
Hey, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But no hip hop album should be in the top 20 best albums of all time. All time, man.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
Hip hop's gonna have it on the music reviews going forward. They're gonna have it on the music reviews going forward.
Man, look, man. Hip hop is celebrating 50.
On your head, man.
Hip hop is celebrating 50. Hip hop is celebrating 50. Stevie Wonder dropped when? More than 50 years ago. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you got to be realistic about this shit, man. I mean, man, there's a lot of great music that came out way before fucking goddamn 1970 or 1971.
Shout out to Jones tuning in.
I mean, man, you got James Brown. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, come on. I mean, that's
one of my favorites.
If that's you know what I'm saying, James Brown is.
What about Ray Charles? Ray Charles ain't got an album on there. Ray Charles.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying, man.
Ray Charles on there, yeah. That's why I said it's a lot of recency bias.
I mean, dog, and then on top of that, man, it's one person. I mean, everything is opinion based. So nobody's top 10 gonna be the same anyway. So I mean, this right here should be like, you know what I'm saying, like bar talk. Like, you know what I'm saying, like we don't bring up politics, religion, or top music, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying, this shit right here can start a fight. You know what I mean? For real. Trust me. If somebody was sitting here, you know what I'm saying, I might punch a nigga sitting right next to me right now, talking, you know what I'm saying, other than, you know what I'm saying, what I think I'm right with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's opinion based. It's all on opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's not factual, but I will say this, though. I will stand on this, that no hip hop album should be in the top 20 best fucking albums of all time in the music. Hip hop is only 50. Wow. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We got the Motown era. You know what I'm saying? We got the 60s. We got the 50s. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We got Ray Charles. We got goddamn Little Richard and shit like that. I mean, come on, man. Of all times, 20 albums.
We can't get one. We can't get one.
No. Nah.
Ooh.
Nah.
See, you know what? You're gonna make me get off here and have to research this shit now. Now I'm gonna have to go and like
research it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, hey, nah. You know what I'm saying? Look, you always call me old. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mr. J, he always call me the old nigga. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
You're gonna have to make me do some researching.
Come on, man. I mean, seriously though. I mean, people hate to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying, man? The truth is the truth. You know what I mean? If you really do the research on the top 20 best albums of all time, hip hop won't even make it in the top 20, man. Name one that, you know what I'm saying? Name one that's worthy of goddamn compete with Stevie Wonder. Name one that's worthy of compete, you know what I'm saying, with Ray Charles. Name one that's, you know what I'm saying, with
you know what? That ain't, hold up. I just thought about it.
Nah, dog.
No,
I'm a hip hop nigga.
Pink Floyd The Wall. Where the fuck is Pink Floyd The Wall?
Exactly. And we still talking about hip
Where the
hop.
fuck? Yeah.
That means we
No,
can, you know what I'm saying?
right. You might be right.
Man, you know what I'm saying, man?
Moon on there.
Man, I'm telling you right now, dog. You can easily name 20 hip hop. 20 albums.
Man.
That, you know what I'm saying, of all time, and hip hop won't even goddamn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can go to 30. You can go to 30, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop won't be mentioned. I mean, man, come on, man. All the greats, man.
And that's why we're no longer just a hip hop show.
You know what I'm saying, man? Come on, man.
I know people hate the word influence, but there's at least 10 albums I know that off of influence, off of just the sonics and the collaborations and the things that were done that hadn't been done before, or opened the doors for a lot of things to be done since. At least 10 would merit some kind of discussion.
You say hip hop?
In there, 10 to be in that
you say hip hop.
Now, let me ask you this. These 10 albums you're talking about, are you skipping any song on that? Is there any skippables on that?
Any category, hip hop is not in the top 30.
No.
I don't give a fuck if you talk about influence. I don't care if
man. That's going to be subjective. Because people
there was a lot of skippables early in hip hop. Early hip hop had a lot of skippables.
But see, that's your particular opinion on a lot of early hip hop.
It had a lot of skippables for me.
But it had, you know what I'm saying? But everybody doesn't feel that way.
Man, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because
there's a lot
for
of
one,
influence in early hip hop that man, if they had turned the corner on certain things, wouldn't be things going on today.
I'm just saying,
some of the artists you value wouldn't exist.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with how dope the album is from beginning to end, song after song after
Come
song.
on, dog.
Like,
yo, man,
look. Before you, like, I hate this. I hate this when people do this. Like, always bring this "who did it before you" thing, but it doesn't always apply, man. When you're talking about how good is the song beginning and end, albums still gotta age well today. When I don't care if I listen to the 80s, the 70s, the 90s. When I go listen to it today, is it still age well? When I pop on that Lenny Williams, "Cause I Love You," that shit age. That's gonna age to the day I die. It's gonna age like fine wine. I'm gonna be like 230 something years old because we don't figure out how to live longer and shit. Hopefully by then, and that song's still gonna be bumping. It's still gonna be like, oh shit, Lenny Williams, "Cause I Love You," man. It's still the shit.
But there's still
Rob Bass, Easy Rock.
Look. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to John Jones. You know what I'm saying? He said, I bet none of the Apple curators are over 30. And that's a fucking fact. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It ain't nobody my age. Ain't nobody. I mean, to me, if you're going to do the top albums of all times, I mean, you damn near have to be goddamn 70. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be Quincy Jones or somebody that
he said Addict's top 20 of all time albums.
I mean,
that would be like the hip hop album that most people would probably put in.
I mean, my man, you know what I'm saying, my man 6'6" said Illmatic top 20. I mean, but at the same time, man, top 20, Nas dropped in what? 90 what?
I don't even think that's his best album.
Nas dropped in what? 90 what? 91, 92? Illmatic?
No, that Illmatic was like 94, 95, I thought.
Okay. Come on, man.
Came out in 94, 95.
I mean, 94, yeah.
I mean, my thing is this. You got to think about this shit, man. You done had Stevie Wonder drop mad albums. You done had the Jacksons. You had Michael Jackson. You had the Jackson 5. You had the Jacksons. You had Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had Ray Charles. Man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you had Tina Turner. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you had Ike and Tina.
If we say Al Green, what up?
I mean, man, I got an
album for you. Commodores, the fucking Commodores, yo.
Yeah, the Commodores. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I love the Commodores, man.
Man, Aerosmith. I mean, the list goes on and fucking on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, dog.
I think you might be right, dude.
I mean, the list goes on and on, man. I mean, I hate to say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip hop guy at heart. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a hip hop show, but man, nobody in hip hop, to me, right now, can even make the top fucking 30.
Well, let's do this.
Top 30.
Let's do this.
To me, can't even make the top 30, dog. I mean, because my playlist right now, I mean, my playlist, man, I mean, I'm telling you right now, dog, it's 5% hip hop. and I love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then on top of that, like the 5% that's hip hop is golden era, like golden era hip hop. You know the boom bap. You know what I'm saying? That's a golden era. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a boom bap guy, so I'm golden era hip hop. And other than that, man, I'm listening to fucking oldies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on. I mean, to be honest, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but
like I said, majority of my playlist.
I mean, if you really did a real deep dive and a real serious and you know what I'm saying,
rock and everything over here.
You know what I mean? I mean, you got rock albums. I mean, come on. I mean, there's so many artists we didn't even name right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
R&B,
hip hop,
the gospel.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like hip hop, like come on.
What about R. Kelly?
See, there you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying, man? Come on, dog. Come on, Paul.
Hey, R. Kelly had a dope ass album, yo.
Yeah,
he had
I mean,
some dope albums.
Top 30 of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, you now
all
you
time.
it out. You
Right
was just
now.
on 20. You was just on 20. Now you pushed it out to the 30s.
I mean, 20. I mean,
that right now.
20 of all time. I mean, you know, I mean, I got 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I made 4 for
no, you just.
I mean, I'm just saying. I made 4 of them off. You know what I'm saying? Off R. Kelly, but you know what I'm saying. But he don't deserve top 20.
Play alone.
20.
No, I'm
top
not
20.
saying, no, I'm just
top
saying,
20
like,
of all time. Come on, man. Fuck that.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of other artists like R&B and soul that you could name that we probably forgetting that had really, really dope albums and shit, man.
I know, but of all time,
and then you got rock. You still got rock and
all time though. I mean,
is there any country out? You wouldn't put a country album in the top 20. I know that much.
I mean, no, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not white. You know what I'm saying. I'm not white like you. So I mean, you know, no.
I don't think I would either, though. So
you know what I mean?
That's not.
You know, I mean, you know,
I don't think you gotta be white to do that. I don't think you gotta be white to do that. I think you just gotta really listen to country.
I'm just saying. I mean, you told me last week. You told me last week your uncle was Garth Brooks, so you know what I mean. You buy
nah. But you always be giving the country songs like names, man.
Paul Brooks. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, of all time. I mean, but I'm pretty sure there's some country shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, of all time. There is no way that rap can be in the 20 best of all time. You know what I'm saying? When rap is only 50 years old, you know what I mean? We're talking about like a whole nother 50 years of music before that, of black music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, I mean, I hate to say it, you know, but I mean, black people created all music genres. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of great music, man.
Say it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but look though.
Say you hate to say it. Say it.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look.
Facts.
Hey, look, man.
Did you forget who you on the podcast with?
Ain't no old school
kind of conversations we have.
Ain't no old school R&B stations. Put it like that. I mean, hip hop stations. Ain't no old school hip hop stations.
Classic hip hop stations.
Yeah, exactly.
There's flashback stations now that are basically playlist stations.
And they play
don't
the
really have
same
any DJs.
Man, they play the same shit. They play the same shit over and over.
Yeah, well, basically MTV age stuff. Basically what would be on MTV Jams.
And which would be you know what I'm saying, late 80s and early 90s. You know what I'm saying? That right there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like classic hip hop has a fucking little time frame. You know what I'm saying? But classic rock, classic soul, classic R&B, classic, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they have a whole different range of shit. You know what I'm saying? But classic hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like every time you turn on that bitch, you gonna hear Treat 'Em Right. You know what I'm saying? You gonna hear you know what I'm saying? I mean, am I wrong? Am I
on a commercial station? Yeah.
Hey, look, dog.
Now, XM radio is something. XM radio is different. But
man, no. I got Sirius XM in my car, dog. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all the black stations, I got them. You know what I'm saying? I flip through them bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the Groove channel. You know what I'm saying? They play old 70s and 60s shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they got another shit called XM Fly. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they play the same shit, nigga. Every time I turn on that bitch, I'm hearing Rump Shaker. I'm hearing Treat 'Em Right. I'm hearing fucking you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying?
Commercial,
I mean,
no, but the mainstream hip hop tracks of that song.
I mean, but goes back to what I'm, you know what I'm saying? But goes back to what I'm saying. Like,
Treat 'Em Right was Treat 'Em Right was a mainstream kind of crossover, yo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
845 will rock the bell. That's where you gonna hear some different stuff.
I mean, no,
You know,
I mean,
and
yeah, I
love
listen to
Chubb Rock,
Rodney
but
Bells
that
too.
Treat
You know
'Em
what I'm saying?
Right was a mainstream
but
crossover, yo.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I love the song. I mean, trust me, don't think I'm talking shit about none of this shit. But all I'm saying is
it was. I don't know if
that
I wonder if
that
that was intended. If that was actually intended, I'd love to interview Chubb Rock and like, was that
man,
the
nigga,
intentions to
Somebody
cross over
gotta
to the
get
man.
mainstream? But it
First
just
of all,
happened.
look, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, that was not intended to be a damn dance track. You know what I'm saying? When he said
I didn't
Yusef
think so.
Hawkins, hey, he was talking about Yusef Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got people dancing when they say Yusef Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? You know what happened to Yusef Hawkins?
They play that
right?
shit in the skating rink like crazy, yo. That was a skating rink hit, yo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he was
Anything that
talking
was a skating rink hit back then was commercial
Hey.
mainstream as fuck.
man, he was talking some knowledge shit on that song, dog, with
Yeah,
the dance
yeah, it
beat.
was.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
It worked.
actually,
It worked.
hey, look,
Hey.
no, I mean, actually, go back and listen. He said Yusef Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you say Yusef Hawkins, you should stop dancing and bow down and start praying, or you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, Yusef Hawkins. I mean, go back and listen to that song and listen to the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And
research
you know what I'm saying?
Yusef
Hey, I mean, take the beat off. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the acapella of Treat 'Em Right. And you know what I'm saying? Once you put the beat in, you know what I'm saying? You see why people like the beat was so infectious that you know what I'm saying, people wasn't listening to what the fuck he was saying. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing party or dancing about that fucking song. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Other
just
than
the beat and the hook. It was the beat and the hook. And the hook was very simple. Treat
It was the
'em
beat.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Yusef Hawkins got fucking murdered. I mean, come on, dog.
All right, we about to wrap
You
it
know what
up,
I'm saying?
fellas. Anything y'all want
Yeah.
to shout out? We got music reviews tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And we got Logic DGC coming on at the beginning. We're gonna interview him before we get into the music reviews. Get a quick interview.
Shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
shout
You know
out.
what I mean? Hey,
You
Yeah,
gonna do the
shout
shout
out,
outs
man.
tomorrow before you gonna do shout outs
shout
tomorrow
out,
before
you know
the
what I'm saying?
music
Hey,
reviews?
look,
You gonna do them
man,
tomorrow before
shit.
the music reviews, right?
Yeah, shout out to us. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Shout out to me. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Simple as that. Shout out to Live Fayettenam. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's
Shout
it.
out to y'all. Shout out to Edgar out of Floe. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Ty Bruley. We're gonna rework that trailer for the Underground Experience. Once again, Underground Experience, go ahead, tap in to the funder, www.empire.com.
Nigga said Egyptian lover.
And of course, One Heartbeat Away, streaming on all platforms. Check out my man Paul and Jones, man. Check out their joint. Listen to their joint too, man.
You like that joint?
Yeah, man. Y'all keep doing your thing. We're gonna get some stuff together.
Fayettenam business. Yeah. Check it out on the streaming platforms, even though like fuck streaming platforms.
Hey, man, it's everything and the kitchen sink. So
yeah, fuck streaming platforms, but check it out on the streaming platforms.
Yeah,
that's how we do.
You know what I'm
check out
saying?
everybody's music, man.
Check me out later on. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go to, you know what I'm saying? I got my second gig tonight. You know, I'm about to go strip at the old folks home. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? My stripper name is Loose Change. You know what I'm saying? Because I take quarters, dimes. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the one. You know what I'm saying? My stripper name is Loose Change. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? You can find my shit. You know what I mean? You know, I'm naked. You know what I'm saying? Underneath this shit right here, I'm naked. You know what I'm saying? All I got this shirt on.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Balls.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, balls out.
Balls.
You must have seen the picture with the naked barber, the naked barber shop getting the naked cut.
That's why I cut my own hair, right?
Yeah,
there.
you know what I'm saying?
That meme is why I cut my own hair.
That should have made me go hippie, man. That should have made me go hippie, man.
Subscribe, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the Live from Fayettenam Patreon, you know what I'm saying? I'll show y'all the bottom half. Ladies, yeah, I got you.
All right, we out. Peace.
Word.
Beats by Trill, straight Killerville, dog.